G'day folks. Well, I had one of those afternoons at work where the power went out and it wasn't going to come back on for a couple of hours. So yeah, we got the rest of the day off and I just got done setting up the generator so I can run everything. UPS is doing a good job of filtering everything. Just bringing computers and stuff up one at a time. No loading issues or anything, the generator's happy. It puts out 16 amps. Only thing is it's noisy as hell. It's all we'll be able to hear in the background. As you can see, I never got around to putting it in a proper secure hutch. So everything's just running off this one now. Everything seems happy. The UPS has pretty good mains input filters on it, so it'll smooth out any spikes from the generator. The one below it wouldn't come off battery, but this one here is online and working. So it's good. There's one more down there I've got to look at, and eventually get cables and new batteries for these. There's about 6 7-amp-hour SLA batteries in each of these battery add-on packs, and they're about $30 each just for the cheap ones, so it's a lot of money to shell out at the moment. So I do have a battery just coming in the mail now from one of the suppliers for this one, so it should be pretty good. Either way, I hope the power comes online soon, but still got lights and computers and stuff. We can make noise. Wonder what kind of noise we get through this. No audible like background noise, frequency or anything coming through the speakers, so that's good. Very good. Either way, let's see how well it goes. Well, that was a good test. Unfortunately, the power came back on maybe 15 minutes after I'd set it up. So the outage wasn't as long as they predicted, but since it's going to be windy as hell, it's good to have it set up anyway. And it was a good testing opportunity to see if these things could run off it, or at least the Powerware ones. Powerware, a proper true sine wave unit, and everything ran fine. And I even have this fluoro and everything hooked up through it as a backup, and it's just working fine. It's putting out proper power. So that one there just wouldn't come out of battery mode, even though I was getting mains. It just sat there beeping at me and carrying on, so I'll look into that one and test the rest of them eventually. And I've been meaning to do that for a while, but yeah, it just goes to show I should have been a bit better prepared rather than having to drag the generator and everything out. I just don't have anywhere to enclose it outside. I'll have to build a little shed. Maybe even move air compression and stuff out there as well. Put the air tank and compressor out in a little hutch with the generator, and preferably find a quieter one too. I think Jay the Aussie has a Chinese diesel generator, or one of those ultra quiet ones, just as a trash find, so I might talk to him again about a equipment trade or motorcycle trade for it, and I'll repair that and install it outside, because that Lombardi is just way too loud. Lombardi make a nice diesel engine, but god they're loud. Being an air-cooled high-speed one, a 4-pole generator would be much better. It runs a lot slower, and in a proper enclosed housing you'd get a good muffler and sound deadening and everything. So yeah, test successful. What more can I say? Pretty much the whole workshop apart from heating and air conditioning was running off the generator. 16 amps, so it's quite a bit of juice, but it was generally designed for lighting plant and power tools and that sort of stuff, like a site generator. Not for really running PCs and things, but the UPS worked perfectly, it didn't falter, and the computers didn't complain. No change during swap over either. I just hot swapped the leads coming into the UPS back to its normal supply bank, and it's working again. Because this whole area is just plug and play, there's nothing really hardwired in. I never got around to getting PowerPoints installed, nor did I didn't have the money at the time, so I never did PowerPoints. Just all plug and play, power boards mounted on the walls like your normal hobby shop stuff. I know very few people who have a fully professionally wired hobby shop. It's constantly changing, so you can't really do that. But it's all safe, and after the plug kind of safe. And I shut everything down when I'm done with it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Oh, and one last thing on this pizza oven controller. I've decided to omit the little surge protectors, the MOVs, and they're going to source like a DIN rail mounted 110 volt, just generic inline surge arrestor. Even though the whole pizza oven's running on a 3-wire 120 volt step down or isolating transformer, I'd still recommend that they have some kind of surge protection for this, even though I think if it blows again they're going to end up replacing it. But I gave it a second life and it's still safe. It's got its 2 amp current fuse, so it can't burn out. It can just just if anything it'd pop the transformer because there's bugger all copper in that. So yeah, it's still safe. The MOVs are just there to stop power spikes from killing it. And if it gets an inline surge arrestor connected to the input, well, it'll do the same thing. Anywho, I'm going to button this one up and send it back to the guy who needs it, and we'll get I'll get a test report on it and see how it goes. I'm not going to be testing it, but I'll at least get a report on it. And by the way, that bridge rectifier was fine. I checked it with the multimeter before I put it back in, and it was doing its job when it was running. I had the board and everything out and checked it, and it works. It didn't cop any damage. So I'll see how long it lasts. It might have been weakened a bit by the initial inrush of current, but no, it should be fine. Anyway, they want it tomorrow, so that's about all. Thanks for watching.